Welcome to the Traditional Way podcast. I'm your host, Brett Shumway. This podcast is brought to you by the Martial Arts Center Network, where you can find all things martial arts related on our social media pages and on our website at www.mainternetwork.com. Catch up on all open circuit sport karate news with Inside Scoop, catch a movie review with Fists, Kicks, and Flicks, or find out what's happening in the Jiu-Jitsu and MMA worlds on the Winner's Circle, plus all of our sport karate videos from tournaments. This is episode 50 of The Traditional Way, and I want to thank all you guys who tune in and support the show. And what I'm trying to do with bringing the WKF results and stories to you guys is I believe it is the pinnacle of Japanese Okinawa karate competition. On this episode, I'm going to bring you the results from the Karate One Youth League event from Monterrey, Mexico. Now, this event is not as big as the European Youth League events, but still had 978 entries from 60 countries, with Mexico and the United States as the top two representing countries. Let's take a look at the results. The girls start out with world number 5, Mariam Abu Rama, walking through the minus 47 kilogram division, only giving up 1 point throughout the division. She secured her first gold medal in the WKF, winning the final fight 4-0. Another first-time gold medal winner in the minus 54 kilogram division as Presley Allen wins the final by decision, as she was on a roll throughout the first 3 rounds, but her last 2 fights both ended in a 0-0 tie, which required her to need the Hantai to move on. The world number 1, Hannah Sondergaard, continues her success in the minus 61 kilogram division. After giving up a point in the first round, she did not surrender another point scored against her for the rest of the division, and where she won the final 3-0. Mackenzie Mendoza had a great first event in the over 61 kilogram division, as she fought her way through the bracket and fought the world number 2, Sarah Kemeninger, to a 0-0 tie in the final, but in the end, Kemeninger took home the gold medal and the decision. The boys start off with Lorenzo Bergna, who until this event had never won a match within the WKF over his first 3 events, but Mexico would be different, as he now has 5 wins to his name as he moved through the bracket into the final and won that match 4-0 to claim his first medal in the minus 52 kilogram division. In the minus 57 kilogram division, Leonardo Vargas had an easy time through the bracket, but had to work for his first gold medal as he had a close match within the final that ended in a 4-3 victory for him. Rodrigo Rendondo found his stride in this event in the minus 63 kilogram division, as he came into this event only winning 1 match in his first 4 events within the WKF. But in Mexico, he walked through the bracket, only giving up 1 point en route to the final, where he pulled out a close win by a score of 2-1 to secure his first ever WKF medal. Filip Todorovic finds his way into the junior age category for the first time, moving up into the minus 70 kilogram division. As his success as a cadet didn't transfer over until this event, he won the gold medal match by a score of 2-0. And lastly, in the over 70 kilogram division, Dardan Jahu wins an exciting final matchup by a score of 6-5 to secure his first WKF gold medal. I'm very excited for this kid, as we do not see a lot of gold medals or wins coming out of the Oceanian Karate Federation, so it's nice to see them finally get on top of the podium, and hopefully more to come in the future, and they will be more competitive against the other continents. In the female kata division, Candice Truong finally gets the final match in the Youth League after taking home 2 bronzes in her last 2 events. And she did not waste the opportunity, as the Shiraru Styles performance of Chibana no Kusanku in the final was enough to take home the gold by 1.5 points. An All-American final in the male kata division, as Anderson Nguyen and Edmund Zhuo face off in the final, as Nguyen's Super Empe would fall short of Zhuo's Kisamono no Kusanku by 1 point, giving Zhuo his first WKF gold medal and Nguyen his first medal within the WKF. The juniors start out with world number 1 Agnes Nyman outscoring the competition 22-5 on her way to the final, where things stagnated. She had a tough time scoring in the final, but she fought to a 0-0 tie and was awarded the decision to take home the gold in the minus 48 kilogram division. In the minus 53 kilogram division, world number 4 Leonor Goncalves made up for her slow start in the juniors at her first event by going perfect at this event. She outscored the competition 25-0 on her way to her first gold as a junior. Leah Kervina steps up into the juniors for the first time in the minus 59 kilogram division, who had a tough fight to get out of the semifinal rounds, where she pulled that out 7-5. She then walked in the final and won that 4-0, giving Leah her first gold within the WKF. Now the cadets will rejoice now that Mariam Basharat has moved up into the juniors. The former cadet world champion stepped up for the first time into the juniors in the minus 66 kilogram division, where she took the gold medal match 6-3, bringing her medal streak up to 7 events, which is every event that she has been to since she started the WKF. Now it's hard to call a junior a veteran in this league, but with 21 events and 115 matches under her belt, Sarah Tomic has been around for a while and has won a world title at every level so far. She walks into Mexico and wins the final match in the over 66 kilogram division by a score of 3-1, securing yet another gold medal in her career and holding on to her number 1 ranking. The young men start out in the minus 55 kilogram division, where the world number 8, Abdelhadi Alajmi, gives up only 1 point on his way, winning his first WKF gold medal, taking the final matchup 3-0. The world number 1, Matt Rumbeau, continues his winning ways as he takes the final of the minus 61 kilogram division by a score of 5-3. This was the closest fight he had all day, and it was with the world number 5, Ken Ochoa, who had a great day as well, securing the silver. In the minus 68 kilogram division, unranked fighter Lorenzo Mariani had an event of his career as he won the final by a score of 3-1 to secure his first ever WKF medal. Interesting when you have an athlete that only does one event per year, and for Renato Pena, this is it. And this year paid off as he made it to the final of the minus 76 kilogram division, where he would win that matchup 7-4, improving on his bronze from last year. And in the over 76 kilogram division, the world number 2, Ishan Ajujanoon, takes home the gold, winning the final matchup 6-0, and the biggest point spread in the junior final matches for this event. In the female kata division, you couldn't ask for a better final, as the world number 1, Rita Marquez, and the world number 2, Tamara Lerner, square off for the gold. In the end, the Super Rempe of Marquez was enough to beat the Chibana no Kusanku of Lerner by a final score of 41.2 to 37.9, ensuring that there will be no changes within the ranking. In the male kata division, it was an all-American final as world number 6, Chian Issa, matched up with Lance Santos, where Santos' Anand would be enough to top Issa's Ohan Dai 39.1 to 38.3. This would be Santos' first ever WKF medal. We start with the first-time medalist in Camila Perina, who came into Mexico ready as she would not give up a point until the final, where she squeaked out a win by a score of 3-2 to take home the gold in the minus 50 kilogram division. Emily Reglar improves from her bronze medal from last year as she takes the final of the minus 55 kilogram division by a score of 4-1. This is her first WKF gold medal. The minus 61 kilogram division saw world number 3, Anastasia Semenenko, cruise through the bracket to find herself in the final, where she had a close fight to take home the gold, securing the 1-0 victory. Ana Saucedo comes into the minus 68 kilogram division determined to take home her first WKF gold medal, as she did not look back, only giving up 1 point on her way to the podium, where she secured the final by a score of 5-1. And in the over 68 kilogram division, this year's Pan American champion Valentina Mora continues her winning ways as she takes the final matchup by a score of 2-1. The men kick it off with Gustavo Oliveira's debut in the WKF in the minus 60 kilogram division, and he didn't disappoint. He walked through the bracket, giving up 1 point per fight, leading him into the final, where he would win the score of 3-1 to secure the gold. Another first-time medalist in the minus 67 kilogram division, as Matthias Bechlina takes the gold, coming out hot, winning his first 3 rounds by the 8-point spread. And in the final was over, he was tested a little bit more, but he pulled out a 3-1 win to top the podium. In the minus 75 kilogram division, Saven Strahija, who was a highly decorated cadet and junior competitor, finally breaks into the U21 division as he won the final by a score of 4-1. Jesus Garcia backs up his Pan American title as he takes the top spot in the minus 84 kilogram division, winning a tough final where he was able to pull out a 3-2 victory. And in the over 84 kilogram division, Mislav Plizacek improves on his silver medal from Puric, winning the final by a score of 3-1. This is the first gold medal in his career. The female kata division saw the world number 4, Jessica Valle, take home the gold as the Shiraru stylist performance of Chatnara Kusanku in the final was enough to top her opponent by 0.3 points. For the men, it was Florian Jochling who would take home the honor, where he would win a close final with his performance of Chibana no Kusanku, winning by 0.1 points over the Super Renpei of Pedro Pinheiros. This event has to be the best showing for the American athletes on the WKF that their team has had so far. Other than the athletes that were already presented in the results, let's take a look at some other medalists. Mackenzie Mendoza takes home a bronze in the cadet female kata division. In the male kata division, Daniel Ho takes home bronze. Marcella Abitong takes home the bronze in the minus 61 kilogram cadet kumite. A pair of bronze medals in the over 61 kilogram division as Samantha Zadrima and Vanessa Charnarat take home the honors. Edmund Juo takes home a bronze in the cadet minus 52 kilogram division. Emerson Cottingham matches her bronze from last year in the cadets, but this time in the junior female kata division. Luis Corral takes home the bronze in the minus 68 kilogram junior division. Braylon McCammon takes home bronze in the U21 minus 61 kilogram division. Evangelos Octe has a bronze in the minus 67 kilogram division, and Jan Buka takes the bronze in the minus 84 kilogram U21 division. Let's hope these results will continue for the U.S. youth as their presence continues to grow within the WKF. Also, I want to acknowledge a retirement of a great competitor. Koji Aramoto has decided to call it quits and focus on coaching. Now, Aramoto was a member of the Japanese male kata team comprised of the JKS Shotokan team of the Moto brothers and Koji. Together, they won 4 team world championships and left a legacy of great team kata. His decision to step away leaves the question, will the Moto brothers replace him and go for their 5th title next year? With that, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of The Traditional Way. Join me on the next episode where I will give you an in-depth look at the results from the World Games. Until then, continue to support the Martial Arts Center Network by liking and sharing all of our podcasts and videos. Until next time, guys.